What's up, team? This is Frank playing the game that goes on forever and ever and ever. This is a quick and dirty review on Everspace. So there's something tragic about playing this game for me. You see, I first bought the game during the hype that it got VR support. The game looked amazing on the Steam page and HOTAS support was supposed to be on the way, so I gave it a shot. Only later did I learn that my computer specs had trouble playing the game in VR and HOTAS implementation is kind of a mess in my opinion, so I opted to play on a monitor with a mouse and keyboard instead. This game is a roguelike arcadey spaceflight game with fast-paced action and some survival and collection elements. The basic idea of the game goes like this. Jump into a sector, look for these blue circles at the edge of your HUD and collect as many as you can. Be careful around the red arrows, these are enemies and they're hostile on sight. Trying to collect as much as you can before further enemy reinforcements arrive is critical. It's a lot like a rat in a maze trying to find all the pieces of cheese before they let in enough cats to overwhelm you. This may seem uninteresting, but the game tries to spice things up with random parameters each time you jump. There are sectors that will screw with your sensors, electrical storms in space that will screw with your health, black holes that will spaghettify your ship, and solar flares which will screw with your health unless you hide behind objects which are randomized with some pretty good looking backgrounds for your sojourn. There will also be a random smattering of enemies in the area, as well as these neutral guys who work for G&B. As long as you don't fire at or pirate any G&B goods, they will fight alongside you and get rid of any enemy threat nearby. Lastly, there are random drops of items and weapons which you can swap on the fly or salvage for a quick burst of resources. All the while you are looting and jumping from danger, there are some interesting mechanics to balance the game. For starters, your ship's energy gauge is located here. It's a shared resource forcing you to be prudent about your fight or flight decisions. For example, my weapon fire, engine boost, and cloak on this ship all share the same resource pool. If I spend too much time shooting or boosting, I can't do anything else until my energy has recovered very slowly. But ships also have other items and systems they can use to get out of a bad situation. For example, the starter ship can overdrive its weapons, the light ship can cloak, and the heavy ship can unleash a giant Gatling turret. And this is why you collected all those credits and materials. During your run, you can upgrade your weapons and systems to make them better, which will improve your run into deeper sectors. When you die, you can use the credits you collected on your run to buy and upgrade your ship via perks. Your credits will disappear when you launch anew, so make sure to go shopping after each run. Okay, so you go out and collect and craft things to go into deeper sectors. And the game gets crazy hard the deeper you go, making it more likely that you'll die. So you spend credits to improve your ship, which allows you to go deeper still. But why do all this? You're a pilot with no memory and your only companion is a disembodied AI aboard your ship that will give you useful information and undermine you as an inferior intellectual being from time to time. The conversations between the pilot and the ship are actually decent and I never found it too intrusive or annoying. The voice acting between these two is the best in the game, where much of the rest of the story is not that interesting to me. The AI doesn't know what's up with your memory loss either, so the two of you drift from jump to jump only knowing that you have coordinates on your ship and you need to get there to find some answers. The game's story is revealed to you in piecemeal as you get farther into the game and start to recover your memory. It's a little bizarre, but I actually think it helps make sense of the constant dying and respawning which is at the heart of the gameplay. In fact, there's even a perk to retrieve the loot left behind from your last wreckage, suggesting continuity between launches and deaths. On top of all this, the story continually makes you interact with mystery characters who know who you are, but you can't remember them. There's also these mystery sectors you land in from time to time. I still don't know what they're for. It's all part of the mystery, I suppose. The game has a couple things holding it back from being amazing. For starters, the concept of looking for tiny blue circles in your periphery and then orienting your ship to it is not as easy as it sounds. Some of the environments cause the blue circles to blend in too seamlessly, turning the game into a Where's Waldo experience, if those books also sent bloodthirsty Okar enemies to shoot at you if you took too long to find him. Also, your ships are as maneuverable as a common housefly, so simply turning your ship will often cause you to overshoot your mark, especially as you squint to look for the tiny blue circles on your HUD. Constantly choosing between fighting and looting is a key aspect to the game, and every second counts. Although this adds a level of tension to the game, the randomness of the drops and enemies in a sector can be stressful when you fail to find a needed item like fuel, for example, meaning you won't have enough to jump to the next sector. The game solves this problem by allowing you to jump anyways, but at the risk of hurting your ship and systems to make the entire trip. Like allowing you to cut yourself and inject blood into your car engine to make it to the next gas station. Also, the music is a bit of a question mark for me. It has a guitar rock feel to it, which doesn't suit the sci-fi experience I expect from a spaceflight game. It doesn't hinder the game for me, but it just seems like an odd pairing. And that's it. That's everything you need to know about Everspace. In the end, the game provides a fun, arcadey, fast-paced, and action-packed experience. The visuals are very nice, but the scenes and environments can be repetitive after you've launched on so many sorties.